Right. Hi all. Hope you're doing well. This is Oz on OzUncut.com. And once again, I've got my excessively large knickers in a twist about something. Something is pissing me off royale, and I have to talk about it because it's burning a hole inside like this area, the chest where the stress is all kept, this area right here. It's really pissing me off. The subject, you might ask, is being bullied on our roads. That's right. I can't count, and this is what I'm having trouble with. I can't count the amount of times in the past, well, forever, but specifically the past few months, where I have been absolutely, positively bullied by some savage, I don't even know the word, some savage, testosterone-filled asshole who is either driving a truck, a coach, a bus, a minivan, or a taxi. Unbelievable. The amount of times that these people, because either they're driving an extremely large vehicle, and of course, if you get into an accident, why should they care? Because you're going to be the one who comes off worse. But it's not the first time, so many times that either one of these big vehicles or of course somebody who works in a taxi who's driving around like a maniac everywhere. It's not the first time that one of these has almost got me into an accident. And to be quite honest, I've had enough of this. Why does it have to be so? I don't understand. Because of these truck drivers or coach drivers, just because they have a vehicle, a big vehicle, maybe they're overcompensating for something. Just because they have this big vehicle, why do they automatically have to become an asshole? I don't get it. Why do the laws no longer adhere to these particular people? I can't get it. I mean, I don't get it. And it's rude, and it shouldn't continue to happen. What can we do about it? I mean, nothing, because as usual, and my always usual argument is the lack of enforcement. Nothing we can do about it. But perhaps the people who are driving these vehicles can start to give a shit about everybody else who's on the roads and start driving like a normal person who has consideration for others instead of just bullying everybody on the road because they have a big vehicle. And yeah, again, if there is an accident, there's no doubt that they're going to be fine and you're going to be the one who comes off worse. So, you know, what does the world become when we've got these kind of considerations going on the streets? I mean, Christ almighty, it's absolutely unbelievable. Can we change anything, do you think? Will it ever change? I don't think so. I mean, because it is actually these people who can only change something. I haven't seen a respectful truck driver especially. I mean, these guys just boom, they just go wherever they need to go. And you either look out for them or you're fucked, basically. And it goes for the same with some of these other drivers. I mean, I'm generalizing a little bit. It is not every single one of them. But I've seen so many more and more and more that it's come to the point that it's become actually a trend where these guys categorically do not give a shit and just drive their way, and you either look out for them or suffer the consequences. Absolutely ridiculous. I mean, the only solution is twofold. Number one, that these actual drivers decide to grow up, decide to stop being a bunch of a-holes, and decide to drive properly on the roads. That's number one. Number two is, again, that age-old argument of enforcement, and that's just not going to happen because, as we know, we don't have the resources. So, pissing me off. Grow up, people. Grow up, drivers, okay? And even other drivers who drive in normal cars. Every single day I see examples of guys and girls occasionally, but predominantly guys, speeding, zipping in and out of traffic, my God, and doing all sorts of things, running red lights, all sorts of different traffic violations, just driving dangerously. Cut it out, for Christ's sake. Grow up. Driving is not a sport unless you're a professional. Driving is a responsibility, and it's not just your fucking life that you're putting at risk, it's everybody else's. I'm sorry about the language, but I'm really pissed off about this. And here's another thing. Listen to this story. You're not going to believe this. I couldn't believe it when I heard it. And if I could find the guy right now, boy, I'd like to have a conversation with him. My wife comes home. She tells me that she stops behind a bus because the bus pulled over to pick up passengers. The guy behind her starts beeping like a madman constantly and sticking his middle finger up to my wife's car with my 2 children in the back seat looking. So obviously they're all feeling uncomfortable and scared, and this guy is honking his horn and giving my family the bird just because she pulled behind a bus and didn't try to go around. Then when this jerkwad passes, he actually tells her to F off with my children in the car. Whoosa. Find my safe spot. Whoosa. Calm down, young David. I think you can all understand my fury at whoever this individual was, but these sort of things are not just a single occurrence. They happen all the time, and it's such a shame. I understand that people can get frustrated by traffic, and especially the way it has been locally here in the past year or two. It really has got out of control, and it does put people in a frustrated mood on the roads. But there is absolutely nothing that justifies that kind of pathetic behavior. If you drive a vehicle, grow up and be responsible. Second point, if you're a human being, start respecting your other human beings. Maybe this screwed up world will finally become a better place. We've seen so many things going on, both locally and internationally over the last 10 years. Crazy things. The world has spun out of control, and it all goes down to the grassroots of it all. One person on one person and the respect. That's what it goes down to. It is no longer there. And the more we spread, or at least learn how to respect our other humans, the easier and the more productive we will be in terms of solving the world's problems. Humanity is the problem, not the planet, no doubt about that. Humanity is the problem. Right, I'm just going to go outside, find the nearest guy and beat the living shit out of him. You have yourself a great day.